everybody. Welcome to week 5. Just a couple reminders as I adjust my little camera here. All of your work from weeks 1 through 4 is due tonight by midnight. I will not be grading anything, whether those are quizzes that are late, discussion boards, or your self-introduction speech. If you missed any of those, it all needs to be submitted by midnight tonight. I will be zeroing out the grade book this week, and I will not be grading anything from weeks 1 through 4. Other than that, congratulations, you are halfway through the semester. This week, like I mentioned in the announcements above, is one of the most important weeks, I feel like, to help make sure that you're successful in your informative and persuasive speeches. So this week, we're going to be talking about organizing and outlining, as well as introductions and conclusions. And one thing that we run into as conversationalists or people that are constantly chatting with each other is the tendency to go off on tangents. And even though this is like a natural human thing, it is not what we want to be doing in our speeches. So having a strong organization pattern is going to be important. The book introduces some of the most popular ways that we can break up a speech. We can break things up by time, by topic, by problem solution format. There are a number of ways that we will get into in the text. But in any speech that you're working on, whether it's the informative, the persuasive, or something outside of this class, start with having an idea of what organization pattern is going to help you be the most successful. Okay? Another thing that we'll be looking for in all of our speeches is a strong sense of transition statements or markers that are verbal, right? So we're saying them that help our audience move from main point to main point. Again, both of these are in chapter 8, organizing and outlining in your text. And then the other thing we will be working on this week is introductions and conclusions. As a speaker, our goal is to appear professional, credible, and knowledgeable on our topic, and not just appear it, but be it, right? And part of that is being prepared. So when we're talking specifically about introductions, we want to keep in mind that first impressions for our audience are incredibly important. So instead of starting our speech with like, "Hi, my name is Jane, and today I'm going to talk to you about X, Y, or Z," we want to have something more creative. We want to have a strong attention getter, whether that is a statistic, a story, a fun fact, a definition, but something past just like, "Hi, my name is Samantha, Jane," whatever it might be, right? And again, this is outlined for you in chapter 9. Introductions have a number of components that are expected, right? So we're going to have an attention getter, we're going to have a thesis, and if I were to sum up what a thesis is, it would be the one sentence that would answer the question, if your audience only remembers one thing, what would it be? The answer to that question, if your audience only remembers one thing about your speech, what would it be? The answer to that is your thesis statement, okay? And then finally, previews of what to expect. This gives our audience sort of a mental map of how your speech is going to go. And then it gives you as the speaker the structure for your speech. Today, I am going to be speaking to you about, let's see what I have here. I have a candle. Today, I will be giving you a speech about this Locavor candle made in Denver. What I will do is I will discuss what Locavor as a store is. I will give you a little background about the candle maker. And then finally, I will explain to you how you can go about purchasing one, right? Those would be my 3 main points. And then I would spend the duration of my speech offering that information and moving my audience from point to point through organized transitions. And then as we get into conclusions, this is a habit that students tend to fall into, myself included, and they say, "Yeah, so that's it," at the end of their speech. We want to avoid that, right? The same way that we want to make a positive first impression, we want to leave a positive lasting impression on how we end our speech. We want to give our audience a feeling of being finished, and like all of the points that we promised we were going to be introducing to them, we did. So that's a little bit about chapters 8 and 9 that we'll be working on. As usual, You have a couple of quizzes and video discussion boards. Please, please, please remember that your responses to your classmates need to be more than just great job, I fully agree with you, okay? I have been giving reminders and warnings and there are no more of those. I will have to be taking points off. We need to be fostering discussion by making connections across what we're learning, whether that's other chapters, personal and professional experiences, or asking questions. But simply saying, this is good, you're a star, is not quite at the level that we should be at right now. So please challenge yourself. Let me know if you have questions. Let your classmates know if you have questions on the discussion boards. And again, make sure that all of your work from weeks 1 through 4 is submitted by tonight at midnight, or I will not be grading it. As usual, shoot me a D2L message if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing your work.